Beam us up.
All right, we're back for Star Trek Adventures Rogue Season 1, Episode 4. And you know what? Just to give us do any of you want to give us a quick recap? Just kind of like a real brief catch up for the last couple of episodes to just explain where we're at right now. And where we're at right now is you guys are on your way to the Badlands.
Yeah, absolutely. How about Emilio?
Alrighty. The things didn't go so well. Tried to get the Ferengi delivery, and the person wasn't too happy that we found him. He was hoping that he could have approached us at his time and a location of his choosing. But so the doctor and I were trying to take care of that transaction. I'll let the captain and talk about what he and the Klingon crew member did, but there was some violence that broke out when the exchange tried to happen. Some of the Starfleet security got involved and kind of made our faces, and so now we're not high on anybody's radar, but we drew some attention, unwanted attention on ourselves. I'll let the captain pop in and say what happened with the others.
So basically, went to Deep Space Nine, kicked a little butt, took a few names. We also took a vending machine. That's basically the gist of the episode. There's nothing else of any importance that happened in that episode. We got a vending machine. It's actually on our spaceship right now. I'm currently eating some Fritos with Clark, with Emilio.
There is one other thing that did happen, which was that Dr. Aurelius managed to do a Kirk.
Oh, yes.
He made Kirk.
I did make Kirk, and there is a very happy maintenance officer left behind on Deep Space Nine.
You made
waiting
what?
for to help you, so you could get your uniforms. I had to distract the female maintenance officer, and then disappeared for a few hours.
You made Kirk?
Yeah, that's what we were saying last time. Yeah. So
okay, yes, you did. You. Oh my god, this is so pedantic. Like, yeah, I got laid.
Yeah. I was trying to put it in more Star Trek terms, but yeah, basically.
Dr. Jim.
Snoo.
It's more of a it's more of a lower decks way of saying it. Making Kirk.
Making Kirk. What is it? Oh, fantastic.
Oh my god.
But despite having that's really quite bad, isn't it? We managed to get a load of Marquis arrested, and then I went and said to them, by the way, we're still going to make the delivery for you. So
that's not bad at all. They attacked us. They walked onto my ship, our ship, and they came in. Like, that was just not cool. That was not cool. And then what's your cargo? Who are you talking to? What are you doing? Motherfucker, you best to back off. You don't know me. You don't know me. Shoot.
All right.
Still go get you a captain's chair, though.
Gotta get you a captain's chair. Also, guys, what I was thinking is we need some weapons for the freaking the ship.
Mm.
Also, I wonder, we got a pretty big cargo bay, and on those off seasons where we can't quite find something to deliver, what if we were to get a mining laser?
Oh, okay. That's a not bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we've got a big, in addition to that as well, if we're going mining, maybe we need to get a halter as well.
A halter?
A halter. Again, original series, the kind of weird silicon-based life form that just burrows through rock and leaves behind all of the...
I don't recall that, but okay. We should get one of those too. Are those portable?
Yeah. It's a life form.
Oh, it's a life form. Yeah. Sick. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a silicon-based life form that eats rock, and then leaves all of the minerals behind.
That's cool.
Okay, silicone. Nice.
Just don't let it eat through the ship. But it'll be fine. It'll
Right.
be good. We can have it as a pet. It's a pet. It's good. It's a good thing.
Put it under the quilt.
We can even, if we can even get one, we can train it to be a guard dog as well.
Oh wow.
We should get 2. All right, let's go. Let's go,
Anyway,
baby.
yes, let's go. Let's go. We go off to the Badlands. Oh, jeez.
Hey, no, you know what? This is conversations that could have come up while traveling. You know,
Absolutely.
contrary to what television shows, there's time spent traveling.
True. I'll justify that then because I think I did get as one of my career events was encounter a truly alien being. So I can't remember the name of the planet that they're on. I'll have a look at some point. But yeah, so instead of Meta Horta.
All right. So on your approach to the Badlands, what's everybody doing at this very moment? And then I will know exactly how to start with that.
I am on my 14th diagram of exactly the perfect position for my theoretical captain's chair.
I am.
Blank.
So I was going to say, yeah, I'm dissecting my yellow gremlin.
Well,
Thing.
we
Through our ship.
It's a Delton term, trust me. No, yeah, I'm having a look at this thing that we found before that invaded that was in the crate and trying to not figure out what it is, just just see what it makes it tick. And
Yeah, that might help us with mining the way that it just ate through our freaking hull.
yeah,
the on a previous voyage, the ship had a steering malfunction, so I don't wander too far off from the con or because just want to make sure that there isn't a repeat of that incident. So when I walk away, it may be just to see if the doc has any anecdotal information that he's gathered from his observations or dissection. I'm also trying to, if if the captain says, "What do you think about here? What do you think about here?" Or that's just yes,
Listen,
Captain.
I'm not solely focused on that. I am trying to book an appointment with a mechanic to get the alignment checked for you. They're always like we're a week out. We're really busy, so we're trying to find like a Starfleet version of Jiffy Lube. But
Right.
for now, just keep on.
So if
Get a
you're
little tilt.
if you're looking for if you're looking for something, a 24th century equivalent to Jiffy Lube, are you sure you want your alignment to be further off?
I don't think that Jiffy Lube does alignment.
Hey,
Well, there goes our sponsorship.
that's
I think
okay.
they just do oil, right?
That's
Anyway.
okay. If they do that. Okay. So nobody's in proximity of the cockpit, or are you?
Talking about Emilio and I are both in the cockpit.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
he said he was speaking to. Never mind, I misheard.
I
Okay.
walk away from time to time.
Oh,
and-
okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
for the most part, you're staying close. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got one of those. You remember one of those old the wooden spools that the electricians would leave behind every so often? I have one of those, and I'm like putting it here and trying to pretend that's the captain's chair, and I'm like move it over a little bit. Because when we were kids, us Gen X guys, we actually use those for like a dining table,
Coffee
chair, bar
tables.
stools. Like,
Yeah.
Coffee tables.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yep. I think we had 3 or 4 of those.
That's what I'm talking about.
So as you guys are nearing the Badlands, you're not quite there yet, but you're so close that you're monitoring. Okay, but you do get a blip on your aft sensor.
We should check
Emilio.
that out.
Oh, yeah. So you have to help me out here because the tech terms are. I should know them as my
Okay.
character, but you know.
Aft means back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're
Fore,
getting
aft.
Okay. And
Yep.
it's
Port,
and something's
starboard.
approaching. Something's like tailing us.
Yeah, you're getting a blip behind you,
Okay.
and you're also being hailed.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
As it closes.
Well,
do we have the big view screen or no?
No, you guys have windows, but there's like two forward consoles that are basically identical, and each one of them has a pretty good sizable monitor for
Yeah,
you
so I
guys
can
to
look
use.
down and talk to. Yeah, good. So
Right.
they can't see that I don't have a captain's chair because that's just
Embarrassing.
yeah.
Is there
Like,
any
you know what? Take
info?
this guy out of space.
It's just embarrassing, isn't it? You just don't have a captain's chair. I mean, that's terrible.
Bad enough they can see we don't have weapons. No chair. Oh, they're just gonna blow us out of space. Okay. So we're being hailed.
Yeah. What about the information that we can tell about the craft? Is there some visual or a?
Yeah. What kind of
Or
craft is
some-
this?
Mhm.
You'll have to pull that up with a give me a
Because I have starship recognition, but I don't know if I'm at this point. If I have any information to
do a control
Make that
con. Do a control con check.
See, this
And
is why
then-
we need a comms officer. We need another player.
And then, does somebody want to roll for the ship?
Plus, we're missing
I got-
an engineer.
I've got 2 successes with the control and con.
Okay, so if you said you have ship recognition, also as a or not a talent, as a
Focus.
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 Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so any die that rolls below your man, brain's not working. Any die roll that rolls below your here, I'm gonna get a character sheet out in front of me. Your
discipline, isn't it?
yes, will count as 2 successes as well, just so you know.
I came close, but
Okay, so, well, 2 successes is good. And then, just like I said, does somebody want to roll for the ship's sensors plus?
Yeah, I'm up
science?
there. I'll roll if Emily, if
All right, so
Estevez
just-
doesn't want to.
Roll 1 die, and
Okay.
your target number is 9.
I got 2.
oh,
Okay,
beautiful.
so that's
that
another
is-
success.
And that is less than my con.
Well, no, this is rolling on the ship.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, so
Right.
this is you were rolling for the ship on that, but that's fine. That's still an extra success. So you guys you do have 2 pieces of momentum for Emilio, which you can use now or bank. But given your situation, between having your skills and not having that recognition, I'll go ahead and tell you it is a Danube class runabout coming up behind you.
Sorry, Derek. Give me a brief uppity up on a runabout. I know a runabout. Wait, a runabout. That's what
They use them a lot in Deep
Enterprise
Space Nine.
guys- And Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, they're
That's
it's
the
like
little
the,
shuttles, right?
the
Well, they're
larger
big-
shuttle, the bigger
they're-
ones. Yeah,
They're technically classified as a small starship because they're actually larger than an RV,
Okay.
like a bus RV. Like they're big. They are
Crap.
actually bigger than that,
Okay.
but they're smaller than you.
Are they? And they've got weapons. They got phasers, right?
they got phasers. They can go to warp, and I think they've got they do have a transporter in them as well.
Mhm. Actually, your guys' transporter that you have down your cargo bay, was ripped right out of a runabout.
Oh no! Are they back for the runabout? Are they
Back to
for
the
the
teleporter.
transporter? Like, hey guys, hi.
Right.
Quick, I'll get down there and give it a paint job or something. It's not one of yours.
Yes, see, from my mind to yours.
Exactly.
Do,
Nice.
now,
And we should
just
answer
so you know, with your
Definitely.
momentum, but before you bank it, if you want to use any immediately, this is just for Emilio because it was his role technically. You can do things like you could ask me specific questions, which I have to give a straight up answer to.
Hmm.
Like I can't bullshit you or whatever. That it's
Are
I
they
have,
hostile?
Yeah.
they are at you
Are they
can
within
tell-
firing range?
They're not quite in firing range yet, but you could tell that they do have phasers armed.
Okay.
But that's
Okay. And does that cost me 1 momentum for that question?
yeah. That's just that's one of your
Okay.
like I said, you can ask me. I mean,
Hmm.
there's like a whole list. I wish you guys had books.
What about the? Yeah, you sent me the book.
Yeah.
What about the survivability if we just try to book it and what are the chances of us getting away?
I suppose if you've got ship recognition, I mean, I suppose you'd have a reasonable I don't know. Does that extend to like having a reasonable understanding of the specs of a runabout in comparison to ourselves? I don't know how the talent works. So
As far as ship recognition, I mean, you could either use that last bit of momentum or you could try to roll to see what your knowledge is on it, and you could use ship recognition if you did decide to roll, but you can get a
I can
get a
use
freebie with the momentum if you want, or you could try and build more momentum with a roll.
Yeah. I'll go with the sure thing and cash in the momentum to get the knowledge I seek.
Okay. That your engines are probably about equal. You might be able to you might be a little bit faster, but you don't know exactly because you're not real familiar with your ship, but speed wise it's probably an even match.
And this guy's probably got NOS.
Right. What about on the course that we're going? Are there obstacles to try and lose them in, such as asteroid belts or
the Badlands.
it's a whole area. It's kind of plagued with like plasma storms and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's real dangerous. That's why
Yeah.
the Maquis hide there, because the only crazy people within the Federation go in there, like Cisco.
All right.
Well, I do have a 12 daring, so maybe I am just that crazy. All right, so I'll express to the captain that Captain Cato, we're being hailed. The craft behind us appears to have their weapons armed, and if I'm being honest, I don't know that we'd be able to completely outrun them. However, there are many things around us that could be used to evade them.
Now, I'll give you this one for free. You know that it's a Federation ship, and the Federation is not known for just shooting first and asking questions later.
So they might be
Okay.
thinking that we're Maquis. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So keep it cool and look for the nearest asteroid belt while you answer this, and also do calculations for about what our percentage is of surviving an asteroid belt.
Yeah,
I'll still get that
I
one.
think that's a
Nice.
All right. But never tell me the odds. All right.
I was,
So,
I was literally about to say, do the calculation, but don't tell me. Yeah,
well, one of us is a better mind reader than the other.
that's true.
All right. Go ahead. Open a comm.
All right, you open the channel. There is a Bajorn security officer that shows up on it, and says, "This
Federation
is
uniform.
no, it's Bajorn uniform."
Oh. Okay. Oh.
And he says, "I'm Ton Balin, Deep Space Nine."
He's here for the fucking stack machine, guys. Oh crap! I knew
I've
we
still
should
got-
have gotten it. Get the quilts. Get
we
all the
do-
quilts on the ship.
I've still got the paintbrush. I'll go and paint that as well.
Please shut down your engines and prepare to follow me back to the station.
Follow you back to the station. Yeah. Why? What's up?
Well, some of your answers that you guys gave us were not necessarily consistent. And we also have a missing vending machine from the promenade. And you guys were the only ones that left.
A whole space station for the ones. Okay. What answer? Are
But
you
more-
serious? You need. You're serious. You want us to go all the way back to Deep Space Nine?
Well, we have further questions because, like I said, your answers didn't all add up when we were questioning you. And our security cams
Tell
had.
me now to figure that stuff out. Come on.
I've been-
Oh my
I've been-
god.
I've been trailing you for a while.
Then
trying to
you
catch
couldn't have gotten me. Do you know? Like I had a full tank of gas. A full tank of gas. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Unbelievable. Protocol. Fine. All right. Yeah. We're gonna follow you. Wave to turn off comms. This means turn off comms. Nice.
Okay.
It's like when I put my hand down and turn off the comms. All right, guys. Do we really want to
Follow.
freaking follow these guys? Other hand on deck, since we're missing a Klingon. You know what the Klingon would say. I already know what his vote would be. Ram him. Ramming speed. By the way, other Derek is out for he like canceled exactly last minute, but it's also the day after Thanksgiving, so lots of
Okay.
food. You know, like we didn't like like boot him or anything. He's coming back. He's coming back. All right, just get the turkey sickness going. All right.
He's having Klingon turkey.
Which means he's chasing it.
Yeah.
Chasing him. All right. So we don't really want to go back, right?
I suppose at this point, because obviously, again, I can do telepathic stuff with the captain. So having an idea of what's going on, I'll head up to the bridge. So just hang out on the bridge like McCoy does. He's never actually in the med bay. I'll just come up and say, "What's going on?"
That's because McCoy had Mbanga to do everything.
That's true.
You know, we don't have
Yeah,
any
'cause-
Vulcans on the ship, so we don't need that.
But yeah, I'll sort of pop up and see what's happening.
All right. Derek, as a GM, if we were to start going through an astral field and all that stuff, what exactly would be used? Only daring? Would command or presence or discipline be used?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, other things can be used.
Yeah.
Mostly daring will come up probably more for actual piloting at that point. But the thing is when you're operating the ship, you do get a roll from the ship also, which you have to succeed. You have to get at least one success from the character roll, but then you get assists from the ship, which can help build the momentum, which you can then use to get better successes.
Okay, that seemed like a really long about way. So anyway, I'll mostly be using my advisor. which will
Does
give
it-
a reroll to Estevez over here. So, okay.
I think because it kind of really depends on how he's flying. If he's like plotting in a flight path and following that, then it'll be control. If he's flying by the seat of his pants, then it's daring.
Okay.
Right.
So
Well,
again, because that's what's one of the things that's quite nice about it, isn't it? Is that you can use different attributes and different disciplines depending on how you're doing something.
I've
So-
got an idea. How about this? I've
Let
got
me-
astronavigation as a focus. What if you were to be flying by the seat of your pants? I were to be plotting in a course next to you, and then as soon as I give you the course, you can boop, bang, like get on that course, and then get
And
into warp.
you can also assist with his rolls. Like he would have to get the primary roll,
Mhm.
and you can assist to help build momentum, which will make him better on those later rolls. Just to be fair, because this game is all about telling you up front what you would have to deal with, as far as difficulties and whatnot go. Let me read to you the small bit about the Badlands that I have here,
Okay,
technically speaking, for as far as game rules go.
sure. That'll make
the-
this fun.
Just so you know what you're going into, because
Just get to it.
all right. Well, your characters would probably know a little bit anyway. The Badlands is an area of space with powerful, dangerous phenomena affecting the sensors of starships that travel through it, as well as outright causing damage to vessels. Gravitational anomalies. Gravitational anomalies interfere with the navigational systems aboard any vessel entering the Badlands, and as such, increase the difficulty to fly or plot a course by 1. A complication or failure to fly an intended course through the Badlands can result in the ship getting lost inside a plasma storm. Plasma storms is a vast current of energized particles in a state of plasma. Gas is ionized to such a degree by a strong electromagnetic field that it becomes substantially more electrically conductive, causing damage to power systems by striking sources of electricity it is attracted to, much like lightning found within a planet's atmosphere. Plasma storms also interfere with sensor systems. Any task to initiate a scan inside the plasma storm increases the difficulty by 2. If a complication is rolled while trying to navigate a plasma storm, the game master may inflict the following attack roll, which is a close range 5-die area dampening, piercing 2, devastating. You don't want to get hit by it.
Okay. The whole thing is so enlightening. I have to edit all that out, by the way. Okay.
Well, no, basically the
Oh, don't explain it more.
no. A complication is
That's,
rolling a 20.
That's kind of what the Badlands look
Oh,
like.
why
doesn't
didn't you just freaking show the picture on his phone? Why didn't you just do that?
Yeah,
That picture's worth 1,000 words, and you had about 3.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you the
It's
consequences.
good to know. It's good to know though, because we need to know what we're going into. But yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It's all these weird plasma storms, and as you said, lots of very sort of
Okay.
gravimetric effects.
what I wanted-
Here's what I want to do. Let's have some.
What I
actual
want you
fun
to
with
know,
this. Oh,
I wanted you to know the consequences. That's all.
okay.
All right.
Don't tell me the freaking odds or the consequences. I will figure out the consequences on our own. This is my ship, our ship. Damn it! All right,
right.
just listen. Listen. Here's what we're gonna do, Emilio. We are going to follow this guy, and then out of nowhere, you're kind of gonna kick it into warp a bit, but then hit the emergency brake. You know how when you hit the emergency brake when you're going kind of fast, the car really veers left hard, right? That's what you're going to do. And you're going to make the rear of the ship, the butt end of this ship, hit the butt end of that ship, all right? And then when it's like, hey, what the heck? We're going to warp out. All right? We're going to get the heck out of Dodge. That's what I'm talking about. And you're going to go kind of near the plasma stuff and then drop back to impulse, and we're going to start going through the Badlands. Because they'll never expect that. And don't ask me to repeat it because I'll never remember it.
All right.
All right?
Just,
You got it.
Activate. Engage.
I'm looking around for seatbelts in the cockpit.
There's one on
So-
the captain's chair.
The captain's chair that's in here. Okay.
I just counted at least 2 raises of difficulty. So,
Yeah, baby.
It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be fine.
all right.
Listen,
So,
Worst case scenario, we already know how to re-roll characters, and we don't need a 3,000 paragraph explanation for that.
That's true.
Okay, so you're gonna.
Would it be great if Derek came back and was like, "What do you mean we have to re-roll characters?"
He's the only one. He's the only one. He's now the main character because he's the only one who survived.
So Emilio is going to need to make a daring con roll.
Uh-huh.
The difficulty's 3.
So I need 3 successes?
Yeah.
As advisor,
only-
you could screw up on one of those because I'm going to give you an assist, which is a re-roll.
And don't forget, you can buy extra dice. I know we haven't got momentum, but you can buy extra dice by giving the GM threat as well.
Oh, I'm going to threaten the DM. All right.
Yeah, I think I have to because I know my con is 5, but getting 5 or lower is really hard.
Well, do you have a in order to get 5 or below and have that count as 2 successes, you'll have to have a focus that applies, which I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Being that you're a pilot, do you have any kind of piloting?
Also, it's easier to
focuses?
get below 5 if you just use these dice.
Yeah, right.
Alrighty. Are you on board with me giving the GM threat to roll a third D20?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's raise the stakes on this one.
Do you have a focus that'll help you?
I've got some good focuses. I've got astrophysics. I've got composure. I've got helm operations.
There it is.
got-
That's the one. That's the one.
Okay.
Helm operations. So any roll, if your con is a 5, any roll below a 5 will count as 2 successes.
Okay, so here comes 3.
Okay.
Mind you, we're waiting until he turns around so we can follow him.
Yeah,
And then it
right.
begins.
Oh, snap! Oh, okay. I've got a 1, a 4, and an 11. So the 1 is 2, the 4 is another 2, and the 11 is a 1.
So you've got 5 successes already.
5 successes.
Okay. All right. That gives you 2 momentum. Now,
And we haven't even rolled for the ship yet. So
so the ship roll will be engines and con. Who wants to roll that? Just 1 die.
Doc Brown, go ahead.
okay, engines and con. I've got the ship stats here in front of me.
So it'll be a
So it's
13.
13. That's a 4. So
And
that's another 2 successes.
So yes, because your critical success for rolling for the ship is just below the department. So the con is 4 on that. So that's
And I got
2 more. That's 2
Yep.
more successes.
That's 7 successes in total.
So that's 2 more momentum.
Fantastic.
And all you had to do was give me 1 threat for all that. Which is, hey, that's a fair trade.
So can I suggest then at this point then that we use some of that momentum can we use momentum to get an advantage? I can't remember.
I think so. Let me.
Hold on, I've got the book here in
Yes,
front of me.
yes, you can create an advantage with your momentum.
So
This is Emilio's role though, so he's got to create
oh,
the
sorry,
advantage.
sorry.
But I'll let you recommend it since he's newer to the game system. I'll let you help him.
Okay.
Since you
So
know the rules.
if we're going to do Captain's move suggestion of trying to shunt this thing as we make our getaway, knocks out their lateral thrusters or knocks out some department, so it makes it more difficult for them to chase us. Would be my suggestion.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, hit some
Right.
form of propulsion, so that way. And
And this way, our thrusters, our impulse thrusters, will go right into theirs when they're not, fully on. That's right.
All right, so go ahead and narrate to me because you succeeded. I had you roll for the whole maneuver.
oh wow, okay.
I did that just to keep it mechanically simple. I made
Nice.
it really difficult and and you came through. So I'm going to let you narrate what you're doing in order to kind of get away from him.
All right, so know what I have to. I have my orders, and I am digging into the seat that I'm in because I know I'm gonna really be. Well, never mind inertial dampeners. Dang it! I keep thinking of like a Top Gun type scenario.
Keep thinking that, Maverick.
um. So
Oops.
well, okay. So then to be scratch that. My hands, I've been just enjoying some leisurely piloting, and so in my hands I have some grease on them from the roasted peanuts or the salt, the crackers that I've been eating. So this grease,
From the vending machine.
right. So this grease on my fingers, I slick my hair back because I know I'm gonna be doing this really amazing move, but it's there's still like salt and crumbs, and so it's not that's not pretty, but it's enough to give me that little bit of confidence that to pull off this maneuver. And so yeah, we start to follow them, proceed at their speed. That way, it gives every sense that I am fully committed and cooperating with this thing. And then, bam, speed up just a little bit before immediately hitting the brakes. Do the Fast and the Furious type of drift. Boom, get into contact and watching the drift and adjusting it perfectly so that way we collide in with some of their propulsion directive part, and then bam, once we've made contact with it, then I really push ours to the max. So I imagine there's got to be some type of energy exchange or release, heat of some kind, and so I'm hoping that will add an extra layer of damage to their side. Either maybe make things close up with the pressure and the heat. Anyways, then we just dust them, take off.
Maximum warp.
And
Huh?
when we explain to our children, we're going to tell them that when we did it, we were inverted.
Right.
Because that matters in space.
Yes,
Right.
it does.
It does. Absolutely, it does.
Only Khan thought in 2 dimensions.
That's true. That is true as well, actually. But he has got a point there.
Which made no sense because he was supposed to be a tactical genius. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he got too comfortable in his captain's chair. Which,
Yeah.
by the way,
Have
we
you-
got to upgrade. Instead of Macy's, we got to start looking like a Nordstrom now, because that was a brilliant maneuver. I'm just saying.
Right.
When I write about it in my captain's log, like it's going to be even better. like, like there was a nearby passenger ship, and the people witnessed it, and they were taking pictures, and mothers were like protecting their children, and yeah, it was great.
Sorry, just very quickly, and a complete aside. You were saying there about Wrath of Khan. Have you seen the director's cut of Wrath of Khan?
No.
Um,
I
yeah,
want to.
so I've got it on Blu-ray. Again, there's not really that much different in it. There's one very tiny kind of plot point that's different about it. The engineer who stays at his post and injures and dies in the film. In the director's cut, it's revealed that that's Scotty's nephew.
Yeah, that's why he's crying. That's in the original script. Yep. That's why he's
yeah,
crying
but-
when he brings him to the bridge.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just the theatrical cut. They cut out that whole bit because there's a few when he first meets him. There's like some extra dialogue and stuff. It's only about literally an extra sort of minute and a half in the film.
I've actually
But
seen
it
that.
just-
I've seen that scene though. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Huh.
Yep. And they should have left that in because it actually explains
Absolutely.
why Scotty was crying when he brought him
Yeah.
to the.
Yeah, because that was a lot. It's like when everyone else ran, he stayed at his post. And
Yeah.
it was like, oh my God, wow,
Art-
that's cool. But like, that's the only scene you could give Scotty. It would be cool if that would have meant just that
Art-
much more.
Argue
Exactly.
But to be fair, him being just such a young guy, that could clearly upset his commanding officer anyway. Like everybody ran,
Understood,
but he
like
this
that's the
boy-
only scene that Scotty had, you know.
yeah,
Exactly.
Like he's the third in
Exactly.
charge of the ship. Come on.
Yeah, he is the second officer. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlike our engineer, who can't even be bothered to
Stuffing his face on blood turkey or whatever you'd call it.
roast targ or something. I don't know.
Targ turkey.
Do they
Targ
also
turkey.
do they also just stand there and look up when it rains?
I think so. They're probably eating the rain. Anyway, right. Sorry. Yes, we're off. Fly back as we gonna. Are you heading asteroid field, or are you heading into the bad? You gonna skirt round the Badlands, or are we going straight in? Because we need to go in there anyway, don't we, to find
Yes.
our rendezvous? Okay.
Because you are delivering it to the Maquis. Those weapons.
What weapons? We're not.
Also,
you know.
we got to change our license plate because these guys are not going to
Right.
find us anytime soon.
And
Like, dude, they had security camera. Who'd have thunk that they had freaking security cameras? Like, what kind of degenerates do they have in this ship that they need to start putting video cameras on vending machines?
Oh,
My God.
And you keep saying captain's log. Some people might call it that. Other people might call it a confessional. To put into evidence one day.
It's in code.
Starfleet has a
I just call it bad
positronic
handwriting.
android.
It's not really code. It's just bad handwriting. They'll never figure it out.
so, shall we have a button on the console that just like wipes all the logs?
and hire a person to just sit there and just keep on pushing the button every couple of seconds. Wow. All right. Full speed ahead into the asteroid field.
All right.
I knew I should have made that left turn at the plasma field.
All right. You're going to fly in. You're approaching the Badlands.
Yes.
How do you want to approach this going in?
Fast.
With style.
Because is anything going to actually appear like a either residence, is it going to appear like inside of an asteroid, or like what could possibly look like a drop spot or a small colony or civilization in this place?
I think they're mostly like little planetoids. They're just basically like, at the end of the day, they're planetoids, but they're basically giant rocks. You know what I mean? In space,
they're mini Plutos.
Yeah, it's not very habitable. That's why they hide there, because they know, nobody is dumb enough to go in there after them, or crazy enough, other than Cisco.
So visually, there's no way to distinguish where these people might be. It's kind of
you were given specific coordinates, so you know where you're going there. At
All right,
least
then,
for
perfect.
the drop off.
It's just going to be difficult to find our way there because of the interference from the Badlands. So it's probably going to be a roll, like a navigation roll, to make sure we get there in one piece.
Okay.
We may want to fly around a bit as well, just to make sure that we haven't got a tail. I don't know. What do you say, boss?
We're less likely to have a tail if we go in immediately.
See, this is why I'm not in command.
All right, pay attention.
Sorry, what rank? What rank did you have when you left Starfleet?
I got the vending machine discount with these.
That's why you wanted the vending machine for. You wanted the one that sold pips.
So he's got like one wheel.
Are they just peanuts? Are they just pistachios or something? You just stuck on your.
If they were, then they'd be in frickin' Estevan's hair. By the way, we need to install a sonic shower for this guy specifically.
No, he took thumbtacks and stuck them in the pin part.
I don't even have the back on. I get hazed every time I get hit.
So have you just taken masochism, have you, as well? Just like,
That's
"Oh!"
actually the way that we would be hazed when we got a new rank. Anybody who is our rank or higher already, when we get ours, we put the
Tap it.
yeah, no, it's not a tap. It's like this. Boom.
Boom.
Without the back singe, boom, and then you are, and the last guy in line, boom, and then opens up and hands you the backs.
Fantastic.
Fortunately, they don't do that to our headgear, also, because we put them on there, because that would. But anyway.
Don't do that.
I've heard most branches of the military do that. Like they'll, or at the very least, they'll put the pin on, and even if it's not full fist, they'll at least give you like you earned it, you know, like they're giving you a pat on the chest, like, hey, good job. But they lean into it, from what I hear.
We were infantry. There was full fist.
Oh,
I can only
shit.
imagine the Marines would be worse, like with baseball bats or something. You know,
And then the SEALs even worse.
don't tell that to the Marines.
The SEALs put like a 9mm up to it. Boom! It's in there now.
Okay, Emilio, take us in. Sorry, boss, you do the thing.
Yeah, that's right. Don't you forget that. Really.
How does it feel to not have somebody to pick on for the captain?
I know.
You gotta.
Like, where's Derek? I'm not at my best without him like threatening to kill me every couple of seconds.
You'll have to save it up for next time.
Oh, all right. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make this a little more fun for you guys going into the Badlands. I'm gonna have you do I'm gonna give you 5 rolls, Emilio.
Okay.
We're going to do I'm just going to call it a magnitude 3. Hold on, I'm kind of improvising just a hair here. Oh, wait, I didn't say that. And resistance of 1, just to make it difficult as hell. Okay, this is going to be you piloting to basically getting through this stuff. If you do roll a complication, you're going to get lost in a plasma storm. So don't roll a 20.
Gotcha.
So what I need you to do is, I want to know how you're handling your navigation. Like, what's your approach to this? You're just going fast, seat of your pants?
I'm feeling cocky after the thing I just pulled off. So I've got some swagger. I'm doing, like getting close, kind of just to give people are looking out the window, the view of a lifetime, something that maybe they've never seen before. I'm pretty sure I've never seen before. So, and I'm feeling like, all right, I can do this without risk, without endangering our lives.
All right. Cue up the music.
Endanger our lives.
Highway to the danger zone.
Exactly.
Baby, let's go.
All right. So what we're going to do an extended test. You do have five chances to get this. Mainly to measure distance, more so than time on this.
Okay.
The magnitude is 3, which means it starts out as a difficulty 3 of resistance 1, which means no matter what, you're going to lose one of those. Your one success rule will be that is a kind of a stupid rule. No, it keeps that. All right, I just saw the logic in it. Okay, so you'll basically need 4 successes on your first roll.
Okay.
Every time you get a breakthrough, your magnitude will reduce, which means it gets a little easier the closer you get. Your difficulty reduces. In order, basically, it's kind of like rolling in a fight. You'll use D6s once you get your successes to build your work track, which is kind of like, okay, you succeed, but you got to see how far you succeed. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, you're going to have to do a daring con roll. And it's, like I said, you have a resistance of 1. So essentially at the end of the day, you're going to need 4 successes to start.
All right.
And you do have some momentum.
Yeah. And I have a talent that's called Push the Limits.
Okay.
I'm pulling up the book now. So.
And then, Bill, you said that you do have some piloting ability. If you were to sit in the other seat, you could assist him. As long as he gets 1 success, you could roll an assist also and the ship.
Well, I can honestly say that I refuse to sit in this seat, but I will squat over it. I will put 1 knee on the chair. And yes, I will engage.
So first we'll need a roll for Emilio.
Okay. Push the Limit says, when you attempt a con task that has an increased difficulty due to environmental conditions or damage to the engines, reduce the difficulty by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Damn, son.
Oh, nice.
And is that something you can consistently use?
It's one of my talents, and it doesn't say like once per. Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Make your roll. So then, your difficulty will be 2, but remember, resistance of 1 will get rid of one of your one of your successes.
Okay.
So you'll need 3 successes to balance it out. At this point.
And I'm rolling 5 dice.
No, you're rolling 2d6 2d20 to start. But you can but before you roll, if you want to use some momentum, you can.
Okay, yeah, I think I need to.
Okay, how many dice do you want to buy? You have enough momentum to buy 2 dice. You have 4 things of momentum.
And then you said it gets easier here on out, right? After this initial one?
Depending on how many breakthroughs you get. We determine that after you make your successes.
Okay.
So if Captain is going to go up and help, I'm going to nip back to the galley, get a chair, find out where was the last place that he thinks he's going to put his captain's chair, put a chair from the galley in there, and I'll just sit there and watch.
Okay.
All right. So
and see how long until he notices.
It's got the phaser mark through from where I shot at the thing in the galley.
Nice. I'll be just thinking to you, I'm in your place. I'm in your seat.
So if I use the 2 momentum, I get to add 2 more D20s to my pool. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to do that then. I'm going to roll 4 D20s.
Okay.
Here goes. Well, good news, no breakthroughs. I mean, no 20s, no 20s. So I've got an 11, a 10, a 7, and a 19. So 3 successes.
You have 3 successes?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you remove 1 success.
Okay.
So you have 2 successes.
Yeah. And I needed how many?
You're going to need let's see here.
Captain, are you giving me any pep? Because don't I get a reroll with your
Yeah,
input?
absolutely. You get one reroll.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna re-roll the 19. Let me move the 11, 7, 10 out so that way I don't lose those. Here goes. Yes, it's a 2.
Okay, so that counts as two
yeah.
successes. So how many are you at right now? Subtracting that
Okay.
that one. Subtracting
Okay.
the first one, how many do you have?
I've got 3 successes.
You have 3 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So 4 minus 1 is 3. Yep.
all right. So Bill is with Cersei's assist. You're probably going to be doing daring and con also, correct?
Yeah.
Because you're basically helping him pilot. You're like
Daring
throwing him
and con.
coordinates and stuff, you know.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll 1d20 daring and con, and again, if you have any focuses, that will apply.
Okay. I rolled a 6, and I have composure and astronavigation
Astronavigation, I
and team dynamics.
think astronavig. Yeah, that's more. Well, that's you're kind of plotting. Nah, it's more for a. I don't know if that one's going to apply. I don't think that one applies. Yeah, fuck it. I'll give it to you. So did you? That's your focus, correct?
Yeah.
Did you roll? Did you roll under your con?
No, my con is
Okay.
only 2.
Okay, so it doesn't matter then at that point. It's one, you got 1 success.
Okay.
But still that adds. So now we're at 4 successes, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Does somebody want to roll for the ship?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, we're doing engines and con. So 13 is your
Okay,
target number.
that's a 1.
Oh, so
Whoa!
that's two successes. So with the 3 magnitude, that is 3 points of momentum that you guys get. That basically is the momentum he spent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, that set aside, what is your what's your con?
Mine's 5.
Yours is 5. So
Yeah.
you're going to roll 76s. And remember, this is kind of like if you were doing combat, where 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 and 4 is nothing, and 5 and 6 are effects. 1 plus effect.
2, 4, 6, 76. I'm going to take out the 3, and I'm going to take out the 4. So I've got 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 5, and 2 6s. And then a 3 and 4. That's garbage.
So that's good. Okay, so that pushes your work track 6. There is a breakthrough. You made a breakthrough. That means you've really moved the ship forward. You know, you're flying around, just avoiding things, you know, between asteroids and lightning strikes and, you know, those pillars of energy that were in his picture. It brings that down to 2. So
if there's a ring, I'm going through the gap. Yep.
It's like
what I can do.
that Superman video game for the N64, just going through the rings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
A barrel rolling through it. Fantastic.
Okay, so that was your first roll. Like I said, you have 5. The distance to cover is, you know, it's hard to explain, but it's basically to cover the distance. You have 5 chances to do this. So, but you made a big dent in that first one, and it does get a little easier from here. Not much, but a little. So, all right. So we're going to do this again. Now, the difficulty is 2 this time. So with your talent's removing the increased difficulty from the anomaly. So
Okay.
so it's just a difficulty of 2 instead of 3 now. But you still have that 1 resistance. So the first success you still have to remove. But you
All right. I'll use I know we've got 3 momentum, so I'm going to use 2 momentum, like
Well,
I did last time.
so the way the momentum works is the first die is 1, costs 1 point.
Oh,
The second die
okay.
costs 2, and then the third die costs 3 points. But you have 4 points of momentum, so you can buy 2 dice, up to 2 dice if you want right now. Because you do have 4 points of momentum. So in order to buy 2 dice, it'll take 3 points of momentum. To buy 1, it's just 1 point.
Will I still, on this new effort, will I be able to benefit from the captain's reroll?
As long as this talent doesn't say that, doesn't restrict it to how many times.
Okay.
Talent.
All right, I'm gonna buy 1 extra die. I'm feeling confident.
We're going to have so much threat by the time this is over. Godzilla's going to be at the other end.
But he's using momentum, not threat. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good. No space Godzilla.
there'd be a
Right, so that's
space gorilla.
That's
Well,
3
Mecha-
d20s, correct?
Yes, 3D20.
Mecha Streisand.
Oh, from South Park? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No. So I've got 3 successes. I've got a 7 and 2 14s. And
Okay, so you have three successes. We remove,
but one's going to go away, right?
correct. So you have 2 successes. So right now you're right at the cusp. You're like right there to succeed. But to build this momentum back up for you guys, Bill, give him you still get a re-roll through his thing, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So go ahead and do your
Okay.
re-roll.
I'm going to roll a new die for that. Keep the old ones. I don't have to keep the reroll, right?
No. Why?
Okay,
Wait,
good, 'cause-
No. What's your re-roll?
It was a 20.
At least
gonna
you got it out of your system.
Right.
I will double check after this game. For now, I'll say you take the better.
Okay.
But there are instances where you have to take the reroll.
Yeah.
But I will double check that. For now, I will rule that you can take the better.
Thank you.
'Cause
Thank you.
enough, you got enough stacked against you right now.
Right.
Now, Bill, do you want to roll your 1 die to help him?
Oh, yeah. Didn't help. I got a 17.
Okay.
Messed up by 2.
And then does somebody want to roll for the ship?
Again, yeah, might as well.
Doc Brown.
So I've got a 6. So another 1.
All right,
Okay.
nice.
Yes.
So you get that. You do get
But
that.
it was a
point of momentum.
1.21.
Ah. Okay. Clark, you get to now you're going to roll those D6s again.
Okay. 7 again?
Yep.
Okay.
It's your con plus
Ooh,
2.
excuse me.
Okay. All right. Good news.
Yeah.
I've got 3 1s. I've got 2 5s, and I've got 2 6s.
That's 6 more there. So that's another breakthrough,
Perfect.
which brings the magnitude down to 1. So you're really etching there. You're really showing these guys what kind of a pilot you are. Like
Feels good.
Yeah, you're showing off a little bit here. You've pulled your Kirk out and said, "Hey, see, told you."
Bigger than yours.
Oh man.
Your Kirk is bigger than theirs right now. So now we're gonna do.
Yeah, but your Kirk doesn't have pheromones.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
at this point, his Kirk doesn't need pheromones.
That's true. That's true. I'm gonna put my Kirk away. It's all right. They're in front of me. They can't see.
On this one, your difficulty is going to be 1.
Okay.
And again, that resistance of 1 though. So, that first one goes away because you still have that resistance of 1.
Yeah, and difficulty of 1 means I need 2 successes.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I'll use 1 momentum for an
Okay.
extra d20.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna roll 3. Yo! I've got 2 1. Oh, is that a 1 or a 7? Nope, I've got 2 1s and a 15. A 15 is my minimum for success or my maximum for success. So I've got 2, 4, 5 successes. Yeah. Now hold on. Just for fun.
Reroll.
Well,
Reroll that 15.
yeah.
Go on. If you get to keep the better one, you may as well try.
17.
Okay. You know what? Even though this is really good, Bill, go ahead and give him your assist roll.
I got a 9. That works.
Okay.
Yeah, a 9.
And
That's a success.
we need a ship roll.
Go ahead,
Got
Doc
a
Martin.
2. Got a 2. That's another 2 successes.
Yeah. And so we subtract 1
Mhm.
from the resistance.
So
That is 7
6.
successes.
7. Okay. Oh yeah. Because okay.
That maxes
So-
you out on your momentum.
So at this point, I know.
Hold on.
Okay.
That guarantees your success, but now you got to see how well you succeed. You need to roll those
Yeah.
6-sided dice again.
This was just narrative, nothing to change what's going on, except at this point, I'm gonna look over in the direction we left the Federation place, and I'm gonna do the "you can't see me."
John,
All right.
you can't see me.
Yeah.
John
I imagine
Cena
he's
is
kind
the
of like.
pilot.
I can imagine him. He's just kind of like talking. He's talking to us. We're kind of zooming through all of this stuff, and he's got one hand on the controls, and just kind of explaining what he's doing, and just not even looking out the window. And we're like, yeah.
Okay, this is pretty good. I've got 1 1. I've got 4 2s. I've got 1 5, and I got 1 4.
Okay. Yeah. You
I'm gonna re-roll that 4.
Does it work on 6s or just the 20s?
No, I don't think it does.
you-
Unfortunately,
Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Only on the 20s.
So you're doing so good, that like
He's
You're
not even in the
kinda-
rearview mirror.
you're flying, you're like, man, I could just kick back like this and put my feet on the controls and do this.
Look, Doc, no hands.
no. Use hands. Use hands.
He's pulled out the manual steering column and he's steering with his knees like
Yeah, so that way I can eat more. That way I can eat all the goodies more. Yeah.
That's where his power comes from.
as you guys you start to come through a little bit of a clearing and you start to see, and it's blipping up on the sensors that you do see this planetoid there in front of you.
Okay, and
Well, yeah, I'm gonna start guiding the ship towards it.
Okay. Start pulling into orbit there, like a little bit of an orbit. Okay. We'll just say that's fairly standard. You know what though, because of the storms and everything, give me a roll of some sort, but you're not going completely crazy now. So if control will help you do better, control and con, just a difficulty 1 roll.
Okay. And difficulty 1 means 2 successes.
Well, I think your talent still applies. So
Okay.
it cancels out the increased difficulty. So just one success, but you got 2 dice to roll.
Okay, here comes. All right. I got 2 successes, a 7 and a 12.
Okay.
And 12 is the max I could do with control and. Did you say control and con? Oh, never mind. So I had plenty of room.
Yeah. So, and since you're not going to be able to bank this momentum, do you want to create an advantage or anything?
Sure. Is there an
Like
advantageous place to, to park at? Like maybe the high ground, like Obi-Wan said, or something to put us favorably on this place we're not familiar with.
I would say by creating the advantage, what you can do is basically an advantage just sets up a situation to make something easier to do at the end of the day. So basically, yeah, you could say that you find a clearing, somewhere near where, but
No place where they would ambush us, right? Like, there's not going to be like some like getting shot at from a cliff.
So maybe I was gonna say maybe. Or maybe some kind of like maybe in I don't know, like a valley or somewhere where we can maybe like slightly shielded from sensors or something. Might be.
Basically, any kind of landing,
cave.
Well, yeah, but big for a cave. But any kind of landing situation, I would, at this point, like I said, I would give you the ability to land for free.
Okay.
In any kind of, like I said, do you want a flat land? Do you want a valley? You tell me.
Inside a cave would actually be pretty cool, and then I get out and say, "This is no cave."
Oh, the worm. Yeah.
Squelchy. No, sorry.
You roll a 20 and a Minoc shows up on your hole.
Oh no!
This isn't Star Wars. Yeah, but you rolled a 20.
It is now. But yeah, I just thought maybe in the shadow of like I don't know, like a mountain range or something that might give us some at least protection from that might obscure where we've landed. Would be my suggestion.
Okay. You take it down. Oh, go ahead. No,
I'm saying giddy up.
All right. You take it down. You're still like, yeah, I'm awesome. And you set it on down, and unusually smooth for what should be happening right now. and I will tell you, this is because that's how awesome of a pilot you are.
I would say that the rest of the advantage should be going towards he banged this thing so hard that the alignment went back in order.
Nice. Yeah.
Ship, heal thyself.
Be healed.
Nice try. Okay, what do you guys want to do from there? You were landed on this Metroid, if you want to call it that. I don't know.
Where's Samus?
I just imagine the music in my head from the original.
I imagine that the Maquis know when someone lands on their planet. I mean, planetoid. So
yeah,
stick around.
Start getting the crate.
Yeah, let's not split up per se, but
Okay. So are you guys going to just pop the door and start unloading it, or?
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. Let's start unloading the weapons crate.
Okay.
Save the good quilt.
After a while, you do start to see some. You're getting the crate out, and you do see some people starting to show up that are armed, and most of them are human, obviously, because this is a human. They were humans. Most of the Maquis. There are a few other races out there with them that are sympathizers or whatever. But then you have one guy walk forward and let's see here. Or I'm sorry, you have a woman step forward and she turns around, she looks at you guys, she looks at the crate, and she goes, "Who are you?"
Hey, I give the details. Like, hey, so such so and so we're contacted by this Mr. Ferengi John guy over there, Ferengi Smith, and he told us to meet up with the guys at Deep Space Nine. Unfortunately, your guys wound up getting caught. We managed to get out of there behind a vending machine. It was the coolest thing in the world, almost as cool as that awesome thing that you just saw us come through here. There's a runabout out there looking for us. So if you don't mind, we'd kind of rather be a little bit quick so we can go the other way and get out of here. But anyway, yeah. So here's the weapons crate that they were bringing to you guys, and we just figured, we'd like the money.
I was gonna say, I bet you guys expect to be paid too, don't you?
Well, I mean, yeah. Plus, I mean, I just look at it this way. This was actually a really interesting trip, and now that we know that we can make that, we don't mind coming back again if the price is right for the next shipment, or if you have something that you want to get out, because I am allergic to an empty cargo hole.
Okay. Well, she says, my name is Jill Rayner.
Hey, Jill.
And if you guys are the type that can avoid any kind of government run-ins, clearly,
Any imperial complications? Sorry, wrong franchise.
Oh no. The Federation is what the Federation is, regardless of what they call themselves.
Nah, it's not their fault. They're dumb.
But we'll get you paid, and you keep your comm channels open. If we need you, we'll call on you.
All right, rock on.
Because clearly, whoever your pilot is knows what they're doing.
Do you have anything in the way of a captain's chair?
We don't have much of anything here. In fact, do you guys have any medical supplies? We could pay you a little extra. We actually have somebody sick here, and we don't have the medicine to.
Well, would you like me to have a look at the patient for you?
Yeah, if you don't mind, we're desperate.
Well, of course, absolutely.
I'm telling you, you're wearing the wrong shirt. You got to get a blue shirt.
I've got the blue lights on behind me. That's the closest I could do.
Fine.
Is that okay? Does that?
Fine. Just you know what? Just continue, okay? Okay.
Well, technically,
yes, boss.
Your pilot's in a TOS shirt, and he's wearing the wrong color too.
Mm-hmm.
For a pilot, what's a pilot supposed to wear?
Gold.
Command is gold in the original series.
Oh, that's right. Pilots would be considered gold, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But that's the original series. They changed that so many times.
Yeah, once.
It's stupid.
No, pilots are considered command division, and
Yeah.
command division was gold back then.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
But
it's not back then. Nowadays, it's right when Voyager launches. What color did Tom Paris wear?
I seem to remember, even in canon, it only got changed. Command only got changed to red because red shirts were getting a bad name.
And your doctor's not Starfleet. He's just wearing a sweatshirt.
Exactly.
There's a theme.
Okay, but yes, I'll grab my kit and say, yeah, show me to the patient.
Okay. You guys actually go to a ground transport and travel a little bit of a distance, several miles, but not like a long trip, 5-6 miles. Bill can translate the meters for you if you need to.
About 8.
No. It's fine. Well, this is England. It's only Europe that they use meters. We still, or for me, it's still miles, feet,
really?
inches. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
foot is imperial. The king's foot.
Yeah. It's imperial measurements. So
I thought I thought that the UK used metric also.
No, they keep trying to bring it in, but no, that's mostly mainland Europe. Is all meters.
Oh,
We're
okay.
still imperial measurements. So
I
Wow.
gotcha. Anyway,
okay, yes.
And honestly, Canada uses feet also. They'll say meters for things, but they still know how tall they are in inches and feet. They still know what they weigh by
pounds.
pounds.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
something. So they still
Cool.
use imperial rulers for construction. If you say anything in metric, they'll tell you to go home. So
Go home or go to Quebec. No, sorry. Okay, yes. Fantastic. So, I suppose on the journey, see if we can find out a bit more about these people, you know.
Well, they're Maquis. They're
So they're, Federation citizens who've been left behind, yeah.
Yep. So and they didn't like it. They refused to leave. So, they became rebels against the Empire. I mean, Federation. They didn't like the overstepping rules. I would just say give me some sort of difficulty 2 medical.
Difficulty 2 medical, okay.
Depending on how you want to approach it.
listen, don't get fancy with this. Make it seem like I'm saying this in my mind to yours. Make this, like you barely were able to figure it out, because they might try to keep you.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm actually worried about the whole pilot thing. So, yeah.
Okay, so give me a second.
Rules of acquisition.
I'm just seeing. So first, is this just to kind of like diagnose what's up with them?
Diagnose and treat.
Yep. Okay.
For the most part, they think they know what's wrong with them. They just don't have the medicine.
Okay. Okay. So are they? They're human. I take it the patient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like some help?
And it's something that you can. It's a difficulty 2 only because he hasn't been treated.
Right. Okay.
It's one of those things that if you'd caught it early, it would have been like difficulty 0. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. I don't know if I'm just checking. Sorry, one of my talents.
Not just talents. I'd assume you had some kind of.
Oh, sorry, focus. Yeah, that's what. Sorry. That's what I meant. Focus, not talents.
Any kind of medicine focus, or
I'm looking at medical school focuses. Where are we?
So I imagine Emilio in the private transport company. He was the safety inspector of Sector 7G, and responsible for many of the like OSHA type of guidelines and first aid type stuff. Because I have the quick study talent, and I have the field medicine talent. If I'm allowed to help the doctor with.
Yeah. I don't have field medicine. I was going to say I've got 2 that would. Emergency medicine doesn't really apply because it's not an emergency. But if he's human, I do have xenobiology. Obviously, I'm Delton, so technically he's.
I would say this is pretty well an emergency, though.
It is an emergency, so I'll use my emergency medicine then.
I actually have the assist talent. Help that Emilio.
To help you reroll.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I think I'm good. So that's good. 50 of control, or
yeah, it's control probably.
Okay. In fact, can I go? Control would be more surgery, I think. So insight to determine the best course of procedure required. So that gives us a 16 or less. Yep.
That's
cool. So 16 or less, I rolled a 16 and a 4, so 3 successes.
You got it. And then you diagnose them to just sleep it off from there.
Yeah. Do you want some of my patent stimulant?
Give him 2 M&Ms. Take 2 of these. Call me in the morning.
Yep.
And then Jill Rayner, she's the leader of this particular group. She looks at you and she goes, would you guys be willing to sell any of that medical equipment or at least the medicine and maybe a hypo spray or 2?
Well,
listen,
Don,
yeah.
what can we spare?
Well, as I said,
we can always reacquire.
any kind of trauma kits or any kind of trauma material,
well, as I say, I've got this patented stimulant that I've been working on. It's from a special type of fungus that I've been cultivating. So
Mycelium.
yeah, that'll do. But yeah, we could sell you some of that.
Okay. You guys kind of work out a deal on it to where it seems fair,
I want to get a mental read, since we've been doing all of this. I want to get a mental read on what Jill has been thinking this entire time. Anything along the lines of, we can kidnap one of these guys, force them to work for us, blah, blah, screw them over, kill them.
No, their beef is what you're not picking any. You're not getting any anything. What's the word I'm looking for?
Negative
Malicious?
vibes.
Nothing deceptive or anything out of her. Like, you feel it's almost like if you were Starfleet, that'd be a different story.
Okay. All right, rock on.
I want to see if I can do this. So obviously, my patient.
If anything, she's a little cautious because she doesn't know you.
Yeah.
But you did just get her weapons.
So what I'd like to do, if I may, with the patient, obviously being an empath, I'd like to get a read on how they are feeling before and after I've treated them.
Your patient's unconscious, sleeping it off, like I said.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter then, because I was hoping I could play a value, because one of my values is healing others heals yourself, and I was trying to see if
I got
I was going to say if I can feel that they feel better, then my value comes into play. But if they're unconscious, then it doesn't matter. Then it wouldn't.
Yeah, the healing others heals yourself. See, something like that, using your value like that, if you had used that toward your role to heal the person, then you could have invoked it. Okay,
no worries. I'll remember that for next time. Cool.
Kind of like I'll feel better healing this person regardless of who they are, like, you know what I mean? Kind of, even if you just said something like that, like, of course I'm going to heal,
Yes. And so for example, in this situation, because it's been a while since I've had to treat anybody, I feel like I'm justifying my existence by doing something. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
But mechanically, you have to invoke it when you're doing the roll.
Of course you do.
You know what I mean?
So you invoke.
Other than that, values are still facts to your character. So your reasoning was still that. You just can't invoke it mechanically now.
Yeah, can't do it after the fact. Gotcha.
Right. So.
Okay. Well, if I have to invoke it, then what do you call it? Not just for Jill, but for everybody around, trying to get a bead on everyone who's within range of me. Every thought holds the universe. And I want to see, like, what do any thoughts kind of pop out at me? And there's nothing now. Just know that that's the kind of thing that I'm typically going to be invoking every game session.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's nothing today, that's fine. Just keep in mind that, at some point I will probably. Yeah.
Well, I figured strong anytime you're trying to like sense an emotion, that's
thoughts, telepathy.
Oh, you do have full on telepathy. Yeah.
Yeah. I have empathy also, but I specifically focus on my telepathy.
Right. Okay. All right. Other than that, we would say that you guys make the deal on some medical equipment, and then you guys make to your ship and you fly off where the episode ends. Because episodes don't end with like, oh, now we got to get out of here. They just assume you get out.
Okay.
So what I want to know is, what do you want to call this episode?
I was going to call it. Oh, my suggestion would be Star Trek Rhodes Badland Drift, because he did that drift move to hit into the back of the
yeah.
thing.
Yes. Nice.
I was just going to do Run Runaway, but yeah, that kind of works.
Up to it, but that would be my suggestion.
No, that's cool.
Is that what you want? You want to call it Badland Drift?
Yeah.
That works.
Okay, so on the back of your sheet, where you're listing all the episodes, S1E4, Badlands Drift.
Yay.
And what'd you guys think of this one?
Sucked.
Oh, dude.
I had a great time. I got to be what I was made to be. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually got to role play this. Like that alone, if I didn't get to
That was
do
fantastic.
anything this mission, then that alone would be like, finally, we get to see Emilio with his Lady Thor costume behind there, which I got to admit, has like that helmet has always reminded me of Orion from the New Gods,
Oh yeah. You're right. The Dog of War. Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
No, that was cool. I think, again, for me,
Yeah,
it was
Great game.
very-
Great game.
It was a great game. And it was very much, I think, for the Doctor, it's like, yeah, actually, this is the right crew to be with. You know, we've got a shit hot captain most of the time.
We've got a what?
We've got a shit hot captain who knows what he knows his stuff. We got
shit what?
a shit hot captain.
Shit hot.
Oh, okay.
It's an English expression.
I'm not familiar with that terminology at all.
In other words, a badass. He said
Yes.
badass.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. And we got a badass pilot as well, and a pretty good engineer when he's here.
When's here? And head
When
of
he's here.
security.
And head of security, yes.
Engineer, head of security. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, kind of feeling like I'm with the right team.
Yeah. Come on, Bill. English isn't that hard.
You know, technically neither is Arabic.
just like if he shows up one day and says he's pissed, that could mean two things.
Hmm.
He could be angry at the
That one.
world. He could be angry at the world. He could be sloppy ass drunk, or both.
Or both. Yeah.
That's funny.
It gets more complicated when it's like, well, I'm as pissed as fuck, because that's just it's just throwing in words for the sake of it.
Mm.
And it's always better to be pissed off than to be pissed on.
Exactly. Unless, of course, you're into that kind of thing. Sorry.
Makes you think of that
I'm
Quiet
not-
Riot song.
Of course, if you're too pissed by English standards, you might have just pissed yourself.
Thankfully not.
Which Quiet Riot song?
Don't they sing the "Come on, feel the noise"?
Yeah,
But
which
the
is
way they spell it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The CUM, which is funny because I was going to name this. My suggestion was "Run Runaway" for this, which is a song that Slade did, which what do you call it? Quiet Riot. Actually, all of their songs that got popular were actually Slade songs.
Oh, right. I didn't know
Yeah, go and look. Come on, Feel the
Dang.
Noise was actually by Slade.
I knew it
what are
was
the
a
other ones
cover,
they
but
did?
I didn't know who it was that they covered.
Yeah, Slade. Great band,
Dang.
really great
that.
band.
Yes.
They had all the makings of a metal band, but they were just way too, they were like Van Halen before there was a Van Halen.
Mm.
Yeah. And if you listen
Definitely.
to Run Runaway, like that's just one of the best freaking songs ever. Like you'll just sit there and be like, dee, 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 dee. Anyway,
I will definitely check that out.
should.
I think I'm good for next week. No, hang on. Let me double check. I might be working Saturday morning, but I should be able to work something out. Even if I have to crash straight after this and then get up and go straight to work, it won't be a problem. But I know the week after. I know after next weekend, I'm good until the end of the year. So
Awesome. Yeah,
End of the
just
year is
let-
not saying much.
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
true.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah, anytime other than December, that sounds great. You said that in May. It's like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
We're good for a while.
Yeah. Funny.
So I'll tell you guys something after we're done recording here, but I got some cool ideas for you.
Okay.
But
All right.
once
Well,
you're done.
love, peace, and hair grease, and especially the hair grease that's in Emilio's hair right now.
Oh,
Right.
Hey,
Chips and salt.
put that in your pipe and smoke it. There we go.
Right.
Grognard
All right.
pipers.
Mhm.
Oh, nice. I see how that works. All right. Later, guys.
Mhm.